Assalamu alaikum, myself Ayatollah Saleh, and this is episode 8 of Talk with Chatgpt. The topic is learning from failure, turning setbacks into opportunities. How do you define failure?
However, it's also seen as a learning opportunity where we can gain insights, improve, and try again with more wisdom and experience. So it's kind of a mix of both a setback and a stepping stone.
Okay, so what emotions do people usually feel after failing?
It can vary a lot from person to person, but some common emotions include disappointment, frustration, sadness, or even embarrassment. But on the flip side, people also feel determination, relief, and motivation to try again. It really depends on the individual and the context of the failure.
So, how can failure help someone improve their skills?
Failure can be a powerful teacher because it shows us what didn't work and why. It helps us identify gaps in our knowledge, feedback that we can use to adjust our.
So, can failing many times actually make success easier?
It's often through repeated failures that we learn the most. Each attempt helps us find failures add up to big successes because you end up with a much more refined skill set and a deeper understanding of what works.
So, what's the smartest first step after a failure?
The smartest first step is really to take a bit of time to reflect and understand what went wrong and what you can learn from it. It's all about gaining clarity and then using those insights to make a better plan moving forward. That way you're setting yourself up for success the next time around.
Can confidence be rebuilt after a big setback?
Absolutely. Confidence can definitely be rebuilt after a setback. It often starts with small incremental wins and celebrating those little successes. It's also helpful to practice self compassion, remind yourself of past achievements. Over time, as you build on those small steps, your confidence will grow stronger and stronger.
So, how can someone see failure as an opportunity?
One way to see failure as an opportunity is to focus on the lessons it brings instead of dwelling on the negative. Try to ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and how it can help you grow. Also, viewing setbacks as stepping stones rather than roadblocks can shift your perspective. It also helps to keep a long term view, remembering that each failure is just a part of the journey toward success.
So, what questions should a person ask themselves after failing?
There are a few great questions that can really help with reflection after a setback. For example, you can ask, what exactly went wrong and why? Another good question is, what can I learn from this experience? You might also ask, what can I do differently next time? And a great one is, what small step can I take right now to move forward? These kinds of questions help you turn failure into a stepping stone.
So, how should someone figure out what went wrong?
Figuring out what went wrong can be a bit of an investigative process. It helps to be honest and objective with yourself. You can look at the specific actions you took and the outcomes they produced. Sometimes it helps to get feedback from others who were involved or who observed the situation. Also, reflecting on the context and any external factors that might have played a role can give you a fuller picture. The goal is to understand the root cause so you can make better decisions moving forward.
So, how can someone stop blaming themselves too much?
A good way to stop excessive self blame is to practice self compassion. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that failure is a natural part of growth. Also, focus on what you can control and the actions you can take to improve things moving forward. It can be helpful to reframe your thoughts by focusing on the lessons learned rather than dwelling on the mistakes. And if needed, talking to a friend, a mentor, even a therapist can really help gain perspective and lighten that self blame.
So, how can people avoid comparing failures to other successes?
One effective way is to focus on your own journey and your own progress. Everyone's path is unique, and comparing yourself to others can often be misleading. It helps to celebrate your own milestones, no matter how small they might seem, and to keep a gratitude journal to remind yourself of how far you've come. Also, shifting your mindset to one of curiosity rather than judgment can help. Just remember that everyone has their own struggles, and your growth is just as valuable as anyone else's.
So, how can failure open unexpected opportunities?
Failure can sometimes push you out of your comfort zone, which is where a lot of unexpected opportunities lie. When things don't go as planned, you might explore new paths, try out different strategies, or meet new people who can introduce you to fresh perspectives. Sometimes failure reveals weaknesses or gaps that, when addressed, lead to innovation or a new direction that you hadn't considered before. It's all about staying open minded and resilient.
Okay, so how can past failures guide better decisions in the future?
Past failures are like a treasure trove of lessons. They help you identify what works and what doesn't, so you can make more informed choices going forward. They give you a clear sense of what your strengths and weaknesses are, and they can also boost your problem solving skills. Plus, they teach you to anticipate potential pitfalls and to play more effectively. Um, in a nutshell, they act as a guide, helping you navigate future decisions with a bit more wisdom.
So, um, why is celebrating small wins important after a setback?
Celebrating small wins after a setback is a great way to build momentum and boost your morale. It helps reinforce that progress is still happening, even if it's at a small scale. It also helps maintain a positive mindset and it keeps you motivated to keep going. Plus, it creates a sense of accomplishment and can even help you see the bigger picture by recognizing that every step forward matters.
Okay, so what's the most valuable lesson that failure can teach?
One of the most valuable lessons failure can teach us is resilience. It shows us how to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to new circumstances, and keep pushing forward even when things get tough. This resilience builds our confidence and helps us handle future challenges more effectively. It's a powerful reminder that Failure isn't the end, but often just a stepping stone to growth and success.
Okay, so thank you so much. That is it for today.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you ever want to chat again, just let me know. Have a great day.